He did not have any of his medications with him. He did not have his blood pressure medication. He did not have his heart medication. So his blood sugar spiked to dangerously high levels. He stated to me that he was not in his right mind. He was it was in a situation where his decision making was affected by his health conditions being exacerbated.
Woo, guys, this courtroom gets heated fast when a defendant admits violating a no contact order and asks the judge for another chance. The excuses start flying: health problems, issues, fear of losing his job. But after learning the defendant contacted the alleged victim from jail, the judge isn't in a forgiving mood. Subscribe to Daily Courtroom Drama for daily uploads. Now let's jump into it.
With and on behalf of
These people versus Gregory Huff.
Bailey's done on behalf of the people, Your Honors.
Assistant Public Defender Zach Video with and on behalf of Mr. Huff, who approaches. Your Honor, we were requesting an adjournment in this matter, and there's also a bond issue to address.
Yes, I will adjourn the matter to the 25th, 2026, 9 a.m. as to bond.
Getting my attention that while Mr. Huff was in custody after he had been arraigned, he was arraigned on the 23rd. These calls were made on the 4th. Text her listed number. In these calls, I had a couple of concerns, given that people saying, I need to get out of here, I'm going to lose my job. They won't let me get out. So I had concerns given the nature of these calls. And the fact that there was contact made 3 days after his arraignment, the victim.
Your Honor, Mr. Huff would admit to this violation. He would admit to calling the witness while he was in custody, or the complaining witness while he was in custody. We would ask to be heard as to bond and or sentence.
All right, Mr. Allen, go ahead.
Your Honor, Mr. Huff does admit to these violations. He was in custody for 6 days from May 22nd until May 28th before he bonded out. During that time, Your Honor, he did not have any of his medications with him. He did not have his blood pressure medication. He did not have his heart medication. So his blood sugar spiked to dangerously high levels. He stated to me that he was not in his right mind. He was it was in a situation where his decision making was affected by his health conditions being exacerbated. So he stated that once he has been out, he has once he has been out, he has been compliant on bond. He's on a tether. He is staying with his stepdaughter, Your Honor, and there's been no tether violations or anything to my that I'm aware of. Additionally, Your Honor, he has these allegations were our office found out about them this morning. I informed Mr. Huff of the possibility of him being remanded today. He did not run. He did not flee the courtroom. He sat right there this entire time, knowing that he could be brought into custody, Your Honor. So he's requesting another chance, Your Honor. He understands the nature of these charges and that he will have no contact whatsoever with the complaining witness. I believe she is here as well today, although I don't know that she's going to speak or anything like that. But and then additionally, Your Honor, he is very concerned about losing his job. He has severe health issues. His wife, this is the complaining witness in this case is his wife of 20 years. She also has health issues. She has cancer, is my understanding. And so he is worried that if he loses his job, they will both lose health insurance. And so for that reason, Your Honor, we're at the court's mercy. And then lastly, Your Honor, if you were to remand Mr. Huff into custody, he would be requesting just a day or a few hours so he can go and get his medication so that this situation does not happen again while he is in custody. And then lastly, Your Honor, he has been attempting to go to community corrections and test. He was arraigned over the weekend by Magistrate Wang, and it appears that there was some issue with getting the community corrections test over. So he has been trying to go there. He has been twice. He has called. And as of right now, they stated that they did not have an order. So if Your Honor were to allow him to not be placed into custody, we would request that an order be sent over to community corrections so that he can test. Thank you.
Send this out to the 25th. I don't need any response to that from the people. Depending on having admitted to the violations, I'm going to send it to 10 days. I'll give him credits, but at this time, defendant is room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Man, sounds like a domestic violence case of his wife of 20 years who's suffering from cancer. Doesn't sound like a good dude. Should get more time than that. Let's see what's up next.
Is that your name?
Justin Heaton.
All right. Mr. Heaton, you're here without counsel. First question I have for you is, do you wish to be represented by counsel?
Do I have a standby attorney?
Pardon?
Do I have a standby attorney?
I'm not going to grant you a standby attorney. Do you want to be represented by counsel?
Today at this moment, no.
Okay, are you sure about that, Mr. Heaton? And let me just tell you why, because you have another case. It's really not in your name, but about the place that you live. You know that? An eviction case. All right. Did you talk to an attorney, Travis Gagne, at all? Travis, you remember him?
Not that I'm aware of.
Pardon?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you remember the police coming by your place that you live and talking to you? Mr. Heaton, listen. I mean, you have the right to represent yourself. I don't, I can't force you to get an attorney. Do I think it's in your best interest, given everything that I know? And usually I don't know all of this about people's cases, but I think it might be in your best interest to have one. But if you don't want one, you can continue to try to represent yourself. Okay.
Can I speak with an attorney before I choose for them to represent me today?
Okay, that's progress. Let me ask you this. Did you meet with somebody from CMH already? Do you know? Did somebody come and talk to you about treatment or anything? That would have happened maybe yesterday? You don't remember that?
I'm choosing not to respond to that.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. I'm just trying to figure out because part of that relates to the other case. Okay, that's why I'm asking. I'm not. All right. So let me ask you this, Mr. Heaton. You want to talk to somebody before you decide? So if I sent you back and let one of the public defenders come back and talk to you, you'd talk to them at least before we go ahead? Mr. Heaton, that's kind of, hang on, you don't have to respond to me. That's kind of what you asked me to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask them to take you back. I'll send somebody back from the public defender's office, talk to you a bit, and then we'll bring you back out. Okay?
All right.
All right. Thank you. Further past that, man. The speech speaker's off the phone. Can you make sure somebody gets back there?
Ready, Judge. Court shall feast first assistant public defender appearing with Mr. Heaton on file number 26 F30532.
Good. Glad the guy got a lawyer. Sounded like he was not able to speak for himself in front of the judge. See how it turns out now.
I look right to you, sir. That's the case number you want me to talk about, right?
This is the one, where can I see the information?
You know information. That's the case number right now.
Okay.
The right one, right? That's the right case number? Okay. State your name, please, for judge.
Justin Heaton.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. I did have an opportunity to speak to Mr. Heaton back in holding. We had a good. Mr. Heaton wanted me to appear briefly and ask the court for my appointment temporarily. I told him that it's not generally how it goes, but he said he'd like me to help him through today's hearing and then go from there, Your Honor, if the court
All
will
right.
allow.
I will indicate this now a public defender case.
Thank you, Judge. In speaking to Mr. Heaton, he wanted to make sure which case number he was here on. And that's why I read that case
Case
number.
number
Yes, Judge.
0532 case.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that's the case number that we're here for, Mr. Heaton. He has indicated, Your Honor, that he would like the court to consider amending his bond information and the court paperwork, he says, so that the court may consider releasing him. Today is what he wanted me to request, Your Honor. He said that he has no problem addressing this case, but he'd like to do it from home and not from in custody. I spoke to Ms. Feltis about this briefly, and I believe she indicated that the people were contemplating moving for a competency evaluation for Mr. Heaton. I discussed that with Mr. Heaton. He said he has no problem doing a competency evaluation, but he would prefer not to have to do it while in custody. So he wants the court to consider his release.
Okay. So quite honestly, I don't think opposed to his release, but I'm not going to do it today.
Okay.
Okay. What I will do, instead of adjourning it out 2 weeks, I'll just adjourn it out 1 week.
Okay.
And then I'll continue his bond. And what I would like to see is potentially that but I'll have my staff provide the name of the attorney for the trust that basically owns the house that this individual lives in.
Okay.
Okay. And so somehow or another, and what I was trying to explain to Mr. Heaton, that case is before me on my
Civil side.
landlord-tenant docket.
Okay.
So while I don't oppose that, I know there would have to be conditions regarding his release back to his home. So hopefully we can get that all worked out, talk to the counsel for the Heaton Trust, and then we can get him out of custody in there. And back home.
Thank you so much, Judge. Mr. Heaton, do you understand what the judge said?
Well, I have a question.
Okay, please.
So the conflict is in the location rather than this current case.
The conflict. What do you mean?
The conflict that we're looking at does not pertain to case 0532 or
I'm not sure what you mean by conflict, but I'll just say this. I'd like to get you back home to your home in Chelsea, right?
Well, that's not where I was apprehended.
Pardon? That's not where I get that's not where you're apprehended, but that's where you live. Right? And so I'd like to get you back where you can reside there. But I know that there are impediments between the homeowners association, the trust that owns the condo, and then you're residing there. I know that those exist. What I'm hoping is by giving them the number to the
Trust
attorney, that some of those issues can be resolved, and then you can go back there under certain conditions. All right. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll just put it out a week and let's do that. And I'll make sure you have those numbers.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
You can go with deputies.
That's the last jail.
That's the last jail. Guys, thank you.
Whew.
Um,
Boy, man, you don't get to see that all the time. If you want to see more drama like this, make sure to like and subscribe to Daily Courtroom Drama, where we upload twice a day, and I'll see you on the next one.